Hi again. I wanted to share with you how I put together my travel pack when I'm traveling with oils. I don't want to travel with every oil. I have way too many. The weight of it becomes cumbersome, so I choose the ones that I know I need. And some of the oils I need are the ones I use in my capsules every day. And that would be the Digest, Endoflex, Sclerescence, and Thieves. Every morning I have a capsule with those. So I cannot make the capsules up ahead of time. As I've spoken about in the past, when you make these capsules, they have to be stored in the freezer. That is because the oils will cause the gelatin capsule to melt otherwise. So I have to make my capsules fresh every day. That means I have to have those oils with me every day. So I have a nice little travel pack here, and I've got some oils that I use on a regular basis in there. I've got the small bottles. The larger bottles like this will fit the 15 milliliter, but it gets bulky and it doesn't close as well. Plus, I don't need to have my large bottles with me. So I want to use the smaller bottles. Well, fortunately with the Thieves, I happen to have the smaller bottle, the 5 milliliter, and it's labeled, and I have a label on the top, and I'm able to just slip that in, and I have it. The difficulty comes with the others. I don't have my other 3 oils in the smaller bottles. I purchase them in the larger bottles. Here's my Sclerescence that I use every day. I use 1 drop of this. So a 15 milliliter bottle, I don't need the whole bottle. 15 millimeters has hundreds of drops in it. So what I do is I took a smaller 5 milliliter bottle that I was finished with. Whatever oil it had in it, I don't know. But I washed it, sterilized it, did all of that. I then can add my Sclerescence to here. Right now I do have a little bit in there. Plus, I did this a while ago, so I used my just some labels I had, and I put a purple label with the S for Sclerescence. I know what it stands for. And I put one on the side because if I've got this and my Endoflex sitting side by side, and if I take the caps off of both, I may not know which one is which. It's not a big deal. I use 1 drop of each, but then we go to Digest. I use several drops. So that's why not only the cap is labeled for quick reference, but I also had put labels on the sides. Now, since doing that, I did get my Young Living labels, and so I could switch these out and actually put labels that say Sclerescence, label that says Thieves, things like that. But I have no reason to redo the labels at this time. So what I've got right now works. Anyway, in order to just put some more in here, I open up the bottle. Now, there are tools for pulling the top off, or if it's really stuck, you can also use a knife. With me, I have just enough fingernails that I can go and pull it off gently, not splashing any oil. And yes, I did wash my hands beforehand, so I'm not putting anything in here per se. So I've got that. And again, some people will use funnels. I don't worry about the funnels unless I'm not sure that I can do this. But what I do is I can just add some of the Sclerescence. So I'm going to just add some more oils in here. And it's going slowly, which is fine for me. I'm not even counting. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to put some in here. Okay, so this bottle is about 1/3 full. For me, when I travel, that's fine. So I've got the cap on. I take this, screw it on nice and tight, and the cap is back in place. So I have about a third of the bottle of sclerosins. And then this one I can put away. This is the one I'll use at home when I make the capsules ahead of time to pop into the freezer. Because as I said, this is going to have, if I remember my numbers, about 300 drops. So this is almost a year's supply for me. So I have all my bottles that I am ready to put into my travel kit. What I also do then, very simple, I take a snack bag and I fill it with my gelatin capsules. And so each day I am able to take one gelatin capsule out, and what I do is I just, wherever I am, there's a counter, I will line up my bottles, I take the caps off. That's why I had to have the labels on the side, because even though I have it lined up neatly, things happen. So I take the caps off, and I know how many drops I get. So with the sclerosins and the Endoflex, I just get one drop. So I'm going to put one drop in here. Again, I know some people actually do use droppers, or they do use funnels. Maybe I'm being lazy. I don't usually when I'm filling my capsules. So I add another drop. Here's a drop of Endoflex. So I've got my sclerosins and my Endoflex. I'm not sure how well you see that. Now I'm up to my digest. As I said, I add several drops because for me, it does wonders for my digestive system. And with the thieves, I typically add 2 drops simply because I really want to help my immune system. And I don't want to get sick, especially when I'm traveling, but even when I'm home. So I always add 2. So I've got that. Now, for my husband, I would add some coconut oil to this because otherwise he feels like he burps up. Well, he doesn't take this, but if I were to give him a capsule, he burps the thieves up sometimes. So I would add coconut to help with that. With me, I don't bother. So I got my capsule if I'm traveling, and then I just take a glass of water or tea or juice or whatever, and there I go. And I'm ready for the day. Then I can just cap all my little travel bottles, pop them into my little travel case. I like this case. It's a hard shell. They don't roll around and click against each other. It holds quite a bit. I put roller bottles in there too, so I will have those in there. There's room for that. So I've got that in there. I've got my little capsules in my snack bag, and I have my travel case with me. So I am set. I can throw that into my carry-on, my suitcase, whatever, and I can go with my oils. If there were other oils I felt I had to have, I would do the same thing. Right now, those are the 4 I must have when I travel. And then the roller bottles, I must have my migraine, my sinus, and a few things like that. Anyway, I hope that helped you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.